Namaste, Sitaram, Assalamu alaikum, Shalom, greetings, good day, good morning, good night to each and every one of you. I just want to say welcome to the Divine Soul Journey with my amazing, amazing co-host Porsche Ing and myself, Dianne Ojar. We say Divine Soul Journey because divine, we connect to the divine source, whoever that source is to you. Soul because everything has a soul. And we're working towards the enlightenment. When according like what Porsche says, to go home and journey because we're all in that journey together. And we want to be on that journey with you. We have so much to talk about today, and I'm so excited to welcome my amazing co-host Porsche Ing and our guest for today, Henderson Ong. And I can't wait to have that conversation with Henderson because he's a man very educated, knowledgeable, wisdom. And Porsche will tell us a little bit more about Henderson. And I want to say thank you all for listening and tuning in with us on this journey. And I want to say welcome, Henderson and Porsche. Welcome to Divine Soul Journey.
Oh, thank you, Dianne. I love you so much. I'm
I love
so
you too,
blessed to be on
Porsche.
this journey. I just every show it just gets better and better, and I'm just like, what magic are we gonna all make today? And I'm telling you, this show you will absolutely love. I will. Two of my heroes, Dianne and Henderson, are both here with me, and they're truly amazing people. I will speak about Henderson since we have, him today. But I just love Dianne so much, and I'm grateful to be here with her and Henderson and all of you around the world today. Thank you for tuning in. So Henderson is an amazing person, like Dianne said. He has roots in California, in the Silicon Valley. He is an award-winning graphic artist. He has amazing creative talent. I know he's helped me design some of the flyers for Dell Science and Dell Academy with Dr. Ramin, who we had on the show earlier. And he's just a bright light. And one of the things that's very striking about him is that he quit his job once he found Dr. Master Shah's wisdom. Very similar to my story. And he went around the world to all the different workshops and retreats and just volunteered. He paid his own way, and he just wanted to follow the wisdom and the love that Dr. Master Shah shares with the world. And he's inspirational to so many people that I know, myself included, and like Dianne said, her as well. And the other thing about him that you're going to love is his deep wisdom spans all across the different aspects of life. Today we might talk more about health and beauty. I told Dianne about his recent photos and his last workshop about inner and outer beauty and how I won't give it away, but he'll probably explain that, how his body rejuvenated itself. And I know so many people out there are so interested in anti-aging and rejuvenating their body, but also their soul, their heart, their energy level, especially during this transformative time. And also, he is a calligraphy teacher, a Dao calligraphy teacher. And as you know, the power of calligraphy is amazing and magical. And if you stay tuned to this session, and of course, hopefully we'll have him back again, he might be able to demo some of that power and some of that love. And you don't want to miss that. You want to stay in the field and really, really be present. So everywhere around the world, please open your heart and soul to one of the most amazing people in the whole world, and personally, one of my heroes, Henderson Ong.
Thank you, Porsche. To me, you're one of my heroes. I see you everywhere serving, and this is a wonderful introduction for me to Dianne, because I now am hearing more about her too, and I'm very blessed to be working with the two of you, which are both two beautiful shining stars. I'm very honored to be here.
But thank you, Henderson. The honor is mine. I see you from behind the screen, and I know I love your Tai Chi and everything else that you do when you work with us, the calligraphy, and you're so articulate when you write the calligraphy. Yes, I was in that class. It's not easy, though. It's not tell you that much. But thank you so much. Portia, do go ahead. I'll let you lead this one.
Yes. So one of the things I think you really want to know is you want to know the background of people and really what's alive in them and a little bit more about their soul journey. And so we'll have Henderson kind of give a little bit of his story and what's alive in his heart right now, as well as, he looks back on what all the many years that he's been with Tao Academy and with Dr. Master Shaw, and he does a lot of behind-the-scenes graphic work. He does beautiful flyers for all different centers, and he's quite incredible. So I'll have him just share what's in his heart and soul and a little bit about his background. So Henderson, go ahead.
Wonderful. Thank you for allowing me to share my story. I have to say, I was born in the Philippines, grew up Catholic, and all my life I prayed to God. I love God, and I talk to God consistently. I don't hear back. I just pray, do my requests, say my gratitude. And that's all I knew with my life. And it is so true. There are so many soul secrets that we might not know about and stumble upon later in life, where learning from Dr. and Master Ji Gang Sha is the most amazing part of it. It all started when I was a child. I always talked to God, and God always answers my prayers. And I always knew that He's answered my prayers, and I would take that answer and run with it. Literally trust in the answer that God's giving me through a friend, through anything. And I would go forward with those answers. And I'm a believer of faith, so I never back down on things. I just keep praying until God gives it to me. Let's put it that way. Because I knew that as long as our goals and intentions are good, God will allow us to do it. Because it will serve others. As a young child, I served in the church as those altar boy. I did the chorus. I did many things at church. And that is why I know God is always with us. And that was my life. 10 years, just before 10 years ago. Until one day, I asked God, what can I do for you? That was my biggest turnaround in life. There's so many other miraculous things that I asked God for, and God gave me answers. And that is why I fully believe, and my faith in God is, beyond strong. But when one day, out of the blue, I have a thought, God, you have given me everything in my life. What can I do for you? That was the biggest turnaround in my life. And I look back, and God just said, remember this doctor, Grand Master Shah, who you met in the Philippines when you were 16, 17 at that time. I was like, yes, God, I remember. Now, Grand Master Sha, who is Dr. and Master Jigang Sha, in the year of 1989, 1988, was in the Philippines. And at that time, I had a back spasm that then my dad brought me to him for acupuncture sessions. His acupuncture needles were beyond different. Others would put small needles and put an pulsating device on it. His was a one-shot 4-inch needle into your body with his chi combining energy. He doesn't leave the needles in. He just sticks, pull it out, done. Next client, next patient. So he could heal more than 100 people in a day. I was one of those people who walked into his clinics under his needle in 1988. And I could never forget the stories that I saw in the clinics and how people would talk about him. Qigong and acupuncture. So that's all I know about Grand Master Sha. The day I asked God, what can I do for you? And God led me back to that memory. And with that memory, I said, okay, God, that's wonderful. A man like Grand Master Sha will never disappear in a world like this. Especially now we have modern technology, internet. We can find him. So I thought God wanted me to learn Chinese medicine, which was one of my passions after I met Grand Master Sha. I wanted to study Chinese acupuncture, Qigong, and all that. But, faith moved me forward to become a graphic designer, so I continue moving. But I thought this was the time. Maybe God is reminding me it's time to pursue something that I have not done. So I looked him up. I found him, loud and clear. It was so easy. But hold on, there's a twist to the story now. Hold on, God, I said. He teaches spirituality. He teaches divine Tao source. He teaches things that I do not fully believe in. I am a Catholic. Catholic is, as they teach, one God above all with a period. And there's a Holy Trinity, and that's about it. There's no other things above it. And something is not so in alignment with which at that time I thought, spiritual path. So I asked God again. And God just gave me the silent treatment, like, you asked, I gave you the answer, you follow through. So I did more research, and every research I made, every video I looked more of his teachings, my heart drew in more and more to the truth. And what I have learned is that Master Sha teaches the universal principles and laws of life. As he would say, wisdom and knowledge is relevant to where you grew up, how you grew up. In some countries, you can't even use the left hand to eat. But that's only a country wisdom. It's not a universal law. So as I learned more about the universal principles and laws, I learned that it is the truth inside of me. And I had something to report back to God. And yes, it didn't took me overnight to accept it all at once. It took me about 8 months before I quit my job. But at the same time, every step of it was so empowering that I didn't want to look back. And I know many of you have this type of revelation, realization, awakening in your life. That's why you would be listening to this show. So that's how I found this path. Thank you for allowing me to share.
You're welcome, and thank you so much. And I just want to ask you, Henderson, since you brought that topic, because that's been on my mind all morning, and I'll tell you why. First of all, we want to let you know is that this show is not about religion, and we're not here to convert anyone. We all still have our beliefs in our divine. We say divine holistically, only because, your divine, my divine is the same. We just call them different names, and that's just the way we were brought up. But from what I'm hearing, and love these stories, you're such a storyteller, Henderson. I could listen to you. I was just mesmerized by your voice and when you were telling the story. But I just want people to know, from what I'm gathering, you still do believe in God, correct?
God is divine.
God is divine. Thank you. Because I had a message was sent to me by a close family relative, because I grew up as a Presbyterian. And of course, she said, you don't believe in God? And I said, this has nothing to do with my belief. Yes, I do believe in God, because I believe people, maybe it's a stigmatism whereby people have been told if you follow this person's teachings, you're in a, I don't want to say the word cult, but I guess that's the word that comes up, where somebody is brainwashing you. And I want people to know it's clear that that's not the case whatsoever. So we're not here to convince anyone. We're here to share. We all have a health issue. We all have a problem, mental, physical, emotional, and there's an answer out there. You just need guidance. And this is how I look at it on a spiritual level. And I touch on everything and everyone as best as I can. I'm learning as I go along. But does it mean my faith in the divine God is not there? That's not true whatsoever. So we say divine, we don't say God all the time, because I'm here to respect everybody's, gods, whoever they believe in. So I just wanted to make it clear, and thank you for so bringing that up, because I was going to ask you that in any case, but you brought it up just for some clarification. If anybody just wants to touch very quickly on that, their interpretation. But I just wanted to bring it because I don't want anybody to believe that what we do here, we don't believe in our faith and our divine God, because we do. We do. And, well, I do. And I'm sure you all, and Henderson just said that. I'm sure Porsche is the same way. And that's why I just wanted to clarify with everyone as a disclaimer that we're not here to convince anyone and say, come and follow us. No. But I'll tell you one thing. At the end of the day, when there's something wrong, we are looking for answers. We're looking for answers. Where people were born in this earth to teach us. And I'm a student, just like you are, and just like Porsche. So please, if you guys can elaborate, or me want to touch very quickly on that, and we can just move on. But that did come up to yesterday. And actually, it was my sister who I was saying that, because it's all new to them as well, right? So they don't understand this space I'm in whatsoever. But thank you for that.
Yeah. I just want to say quickly, just shortly, and turn the time back to Henderson, is that, I really appreciate that Dianne, every show, she always expresses her love to everyone around the world and brings it all together. And we don't. This is not a religious show. It's really all about love, like Rumi said. It's all about love, and love is the temple, Love is the religion, if you're going to talk about anything. And the world needs that more and more every moment, especially now. And that love is within us, each of us. Whatever you want to call it, this divine God, universal love, greatest love, the great mystery, the oneness, or even if you don't believe in anything, I'm sure everyone really does want to share more of the positive vibrations, and we just we just bring it all into one and we just call it love, the greatest love. And one thing about Dr. Master Shah that I really, truly appreciate, exactly what Henderson said. It's not about religion. It's a way of life. It's a way of love. And he talks about universal laws. And he shares that, like Henderson said, knowledge is just sometimes relevant for what's going on, or, it will last for years. But wisdom, deep wisdom, will last forever. These are universal laws and principles that, like the golden rule, what we do to others is what will be done to us. And when we share the love with others, when we truly do things from a pure place in our heart and soul, that comes back to us, And it might not hit you, this moment, but it will surely come back to you, your ancestors, your family, in some way, shape, or form. And that's what we're living right now. And so I think everyone can agree that, the vibrations, frequencies, and energies, like Tesla said, they truly hold the secrets of the universe. And Dr. Master Shah brings everything together. And that's personally why I appreciate him. And I think Henderson and Dianne would agree, and the many people that, do follow him and love him. And I said on my first show, the reason why is because he has such great love. If there's one thing that I can say about him that encapsulates everything and encompasses everything, is I've never seen someone love as much as him. And that's my personal experience. There are many people around the world who love in the most amazing way, and we honor all of them. All teachers, all parents, our ancestors, our friends, our community, and all those who share this love with others. Because it truly is all about love, peace, and harmony, and what we share in the world. And maybe Henderson wants to elaborate a little bit more too?
Yes. And to me, I truly, after learning Dr. and Master Shah's teaching, I actually understood my own teaching, my own religion more. And I understood why other religions do what they do in a deeper level. And if somebody says, this is how we practice, I actually understood it, why, more, and without any questions. And that's why his teachings are truly universal principles and laws of love, peace, and harmony, which is the theme song of what he shares to the world, right? Yeah.
Well, thank you both for that. Definitely, I just wanted some clarification, because I know as people hearing this show, their minds are working, and they're doing their best to understand what we're saying. So
Yes.
I always want to make sure at the beginning, because there's a lot of information will be coming, for the next couple of months and years, and as long as we're supposed to be here. So I just will usually want to make sure people who are listening have a better understanding, because I don't want them to have a question in their mind. If they have a question, please do reach out to us at dsjshow2020@gmail.com, and we'll get our best. If we don't have the answers, we'll get Henderson and all these other teachers as well to help us answer the question as best as we can. But Henderson, all saying that, let's get down to why you're here today, apart from, gracing us with your presence, and I appreciate that. But Porsche, why do we have Henderson today? I know he has a very busy schedule. Does he have some cool tools? Henderson, she knows, she probably told you why I'm so excited, right? I'm not sure she told you why.
So I saw Henderson's pictures on Facebook, on social media, and I was like, wow. And I told Dianne about it. I was telling a few people about it, actually. I just mentioned it casually to Dianne, and she goes, Porsche, we need to have Henderson on the show. I need help with that. I need help to rejuvenate my body and with hair growth and anything else he has to share. And so, you know what? Instead of me telling this story and I'd rather have Henderson actually do it, so you can all really get the perspective that he has on rejuvenating your body and health and beauty and, you know, beautiful soul secrets, you know, and wisdom. So Henderson, you go ahead.
Thank you. So I will dive into it. It's been 9 years now that I started eating vegetarian. And I'm not sure how many people are meat eaters who transform to vegetarian at a later life. But after I became a vegetarian, the first 3-4 years you don't see any difference because your body still have all the nutrients that you have from your life and still being used up. But after 9 years of being a vegetarian, some things will get depleted, right? Because I stopped eating the meats, the other things. So I started seeing my body starting to change, deteriorate in a sense. Because none of, in my family, both father's side and mother's side, have severe balding of hair. And I'm Asian, and I started having a blue ring around my eyes. And it's like, ooh, I'm becoming a European. No, I'm not. It was, as you research it, you find that it was a problem, a lack of collagen in the body. Now, okay, collagen rules the eyes, the bones, the hair, the skin, you name it. But the hair loss, which is what I experienced starting 4 years ago, was a little bit. And I said to myself, I'm fine. I don't have to look good, you know. I'm doing my job, and as long as I do what I do best, and I'm happy. I truly am happy. But there are certain things in life sometimes that we don't even see within ourselves that causes us silent depression. I'm sure many of you experience this, that some things you just know you can't do anything about. And it will just be. And at some point, I told myself, you know, I'm not going to think about it. And I know many of us say that. I'm not going to think about this problem. It's not even a problem. It's so small. There are other bigger fish to fry out there. So I stopped thinking about it. Until the last 2 years, it became even more visual, more bold in front of my eyes, that my hair was literally falling off chunks. And it's kind of like none of my members in the family have thin hair. Everyone has thick hair. So it's definitely not in the genes. That means it's in the food that I eat, or what is not in my food that I'm missing. Now, we all know that our life is quantum entangled with our past lives and this lifetime. I'm getting to share the ideas of what is our past life. Many people have heard of the past life regression therapies, where when you awaken your past life, you suddenly know what you're doing or what to do. Even though you've never played the piano, you suddenly can play the piano. You don't know anything about planting. The next thing you know everything about plants. These are the good things. But there are some that are the negative things, the not so proud things that we did in the past that we have, just like Porsche said, will come back to us in this lifetime or maybe same lifetime. And I'm learning that there's so many aspects of details of these things that will keep popping up in our life that then causes you sometimes slight depression or slight sadness in an aspect of life. And that's what I started finding out, that this hair problem, even though I thought it's not a problem, because, the first thing you do is you deny it's a problem. I don't know how many of you experienced that, but you would deny that it's a problem. And I sort of bury the problem. you sweep it under the rug and say, done. It's clean. It's under the rug. I don't see the problem anymore. I would just comb my hair left way, right way, up and down, however.
Henderson, absolutely nobody on this show or around the world does that. Nobody denies problems. Nobody.
Henderson,
I think everybody absolutely can relate to that, actually. That's
absolutely.
beautiful.
Henderson, I have a problem, okay? Okay? A guy, it's different. For a woman, it's totally different, especially if you have to take pictures out and so forth. And, you know, you have hormones change and you have diabetes or depression or food, whatever it is. It's more acceptable for a man, but not a woman, okay? So we need,
That is true.
we do have a problem here, Henderson. I have to cut my hair in a very specific way, which I don't really like to begin with. So I am saying I need help with this. I am telling you. I'm not vegetarian, but I'm telling you. So yes, for most people, there is a problem. And for men as well. I know a friend whose husband went back to Pakistan and he did some hair plugs there and so forth. So I don't know. These days, it's not really about, we're very conscious about our looks. But particularly, all I can tell you is, Henderson, I have a problem. Okay? That's all I have to say. I don't know what else to
Many
tell you.
people actually have this
We
problem.
all have a
I've been
problem.
in health for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, my background is in health, over
Exactly.
20-something years, and a lot of people have this issue. So I'm very glad that
Yeah.
we're talking about this. We're talking about the things people don't want to talk about, or they deny, and they've been doing it for so long that they don't recognize it anymore, but it's there. And so this is something that really can help us. So Henderson, go ahead, continue.
Well, before Henderson goes on, I wanted to let Henderson know, and I guess I'm going to speak on behalf of everyone here. I'm going to take the liberty of doing this. It takes a toll on you when you look in there and you have to figure this out, and you do feel it's not the same. You do get depressed. You do look at it and say, you know what? There's something about it. To me, it's a big focus for me. It is for me. And I never had thick hair in the first place, but I don't need to have thin hair because I can actually see it. I don't color my hair because I'm allergic to hair dye. I'm allergic to a lot of things. I used to I have to use a washer, so I've been there, done that. But I don't want to have to continue spraying my hair and so forth. So Henderson, I need help. And I need help on behalf of everyone out there because everybody else having some way, shape, or form. But really and truly, it does get me down lots of times when I look at it. It does. I'm not going to deny that. And I'm being very honest here. A lot of people going to know a lot about our lives, Porsche, my life soon. But it's a big problem. It's a big problem, especially when you're in the media industry.
Yes, entertainment for women.
Entertainment for women, yes. The men can still get away with it, but I've seen some incredible results with you, Henderson. So, how can you fix us? We don't normally say you're broken to be fixed to be broken, but I'm saying. But go ahead, please.
2 years ago, that's what I did. I went online. I searched all of the products that are out in the market. I tried all of them. And only when this year, around May, I told myself I gave up. I let it go. I'm going to shave bald and I'm going to sport it like a man. And then suddenly, there was this treasure that Master Francisco offered. Fill in your own blank. Treasure, blessing. And I was like, oh, maybe I do need this for my spleen or liver. Because truly what is inner beauty is the outer beauty. So as soon as I said that, I was thinking to myself, is it the liver? Is it the spleen? And then, my guardian angels, they murmur in my ear and said, the biggest elephant in the room. And I said, what is the biggest elephant in the room? They said, your hair loss. And I'm like, no, I've let go of it already. I'm done. I declared in January I was letting go. But suddenly in February there was a lockdown, so I couldn't go cut my hair bald. That was my problem. And then for 3 months I was really a little bit depressed about it. But by May, I said, I'm done. I'm so done with it. I just want to cut it all off now. And then my angels just murmured to me and said, that is the biggest elephant in your life right now, is your hair loss. So why don't you just trust us and do it? Ask for a blessing for it. So here's what it entangles. They then fed me with information of why the products out there will not work for me. The products out there has a specific target in the body. But if you look at Medical Medium, another guy that teaches, that does readings on health and stuff, this Medical Medium guy, if you look at hair loss, he'll give you 18 to 21 things to eat. That's a lot of parts in the body that we don't know unless we go on a full examination, and maybe the doctors might not even find the exact place of where you are not healthy on the inside. What my heavens team told me, my angels told me, is that this hair problem is just the surface. The root is the cause. It's like an iceberg. It's the id that Sigmund Freud talked about. The iceberg on top of the water is so small, but underneath you don't know how big it is. The problem of the hair loss is just the hair surface on the top, but what's happening inside your body is causing that hair loss, not what's outside the body that's causing the hair loss. Wow, we're getting scientific here. And I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm listening. So they said, take that blessing. I said, okay. So I signed up for the blessing. Then they said, take a picture. I said, no, it's so embarrassing. They said, hey, you said you were going to listen. Take the picture. So I took the picture on my cell phone. And then they said, back it up on your computer now before you lose it. You know, we do that. We take pictures and we lose our photos from our phone. So I backed it up. So from that point on, I allowed heaven to structure my life. Call it synchronicity, call it whatever you decided it is. I tell you, every blessing has its own intelligence. It has its soul, heart, mind, energy, and matter. Information is the soul, the message. It has intelligence. So this blessing went into my body and find out what is needed for me and brought it to me, one piece at a time. Suddenly, a good friend said, hey, I have this excess chia seeds. Do you want to have it? I said, okay. So I put it there. At first, I didn't know what was happening. I left it there. Another person brought me celery seeds. And I said, ew, this is bitter. And he says, yeah, I got the message to bring it to you. Step 3, iodine, thyroid health. By the time the iodine came in, I got curious. Why are these people bringing me things? And I researched on iodine. Thyroid health, it's connected to hair loss. So then I immediately researched on celery seeds and chia seeds. And slowly, I started connecting the dots. All these things were what was lacking in my body. So first things first I did was transform my life. What feeds the body is the large intestine. If your large intestine is clean, we're talking about the chi and the jing part now. If your large intestine is clean, the whole body feeds from the large intestine. This one I have studied a while back, and I know exactly what it is. So I went to do a colon cleansing, in May, I did a colon cleansing as well. That's what the guidance was. And all these things started fluctuating in. Somebody even gave me a B12. And I said, I already eat B12. And the guy was just insisting, the auntie was like, take it, take it. Okay, I take it to make her happy. But when I got home, my Heavens team said, that's the message. Eat more B12. You don't have enough B12. You think you're eating B12 already, not enough. That's why we're doubling your dose. And then, so I now have what? Chia seeds, celery seeds, iodine, health for thyroid. I have extra B12. And then I asked Heaven, what else? And then somebody told me about the celery juicing in the morning. So I started doing that. And I did the colon cleansing. All this, receiving the blessing, brought this intelligence to me. So those are for the jing, the matter aspect of my life. Now, we need the next step, which was the most exciting step for me. When my Heavens team said, now that you got the blessing, I want you to go bless someone with it. And I'm like, I still don't have hair, So I have to find someone who has lesser hair than me to offer them blessing on hair, right? So I found all my bald friends first, those who are balding, and said, hey, do you want a hair blessing? My hair is balding, so I got this blessing and I need to use it. Luckily, I have friends who love me and won't laugh at me, so they started saying, yeah, you can give me a blessing. So I started offering blessings. And every time I offer blessings, I feel the frequency shooting out rainbow colors from my head or my hair to their head. And I feel every strand of my hair standing up, like cheering, chanting, singing, hey, really happy. And they felt it too. They started feeling itchy on their scalp and everything. And then I started offering blessings to people. Twice, 3 times a week. Until September, one day, a friend of mine who I offer blessing to for hair said, I have a problem, Henderson. I really need to talk to you in person. It cannot just be on the phone. So I said, okay, come on over. So he came over to my house, and he suddenly looked at me and says, I haven't seen you for a while, but you definitely have hair. And I said, no way. And it's September already. And I said, take a picture now. So we took the picture. And that's how those pictures came around. From May to September. So that is what it is. Or what happened is that a treasure, the blessing comes into your life. You have to turn it on, to activate it, to use it. At the same time, it will start having the intelligence of what is needed in my body, because my body is not the same as someone else's body, and what someone else's body needs are. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm still waiting to hear. You're trying to tell me I have to have possibly, I do B12 with folic acid, biotin, and B6. So don't tell me about the celery juice. I heard it's disgusting. I don't know about the chia. I don't know about the celery seeds. I don't know if that's the same as me. So please don't give me a list now, Henderson. I'm not disciplined with that whatsoever. I'm not disciplined when it comes to those things. I can tell you from now, I swear.
No, but the celery juice is very popular. I hear it a lot from some of my friends that have serious issues and need to clean out their body. They swear by it. I know a lot of people. Actually, even my father. So I actually want to get a juicer because he told me about it too, because that was recommended for him for cleaning his liver out as well. So no, it's exciting.
But I'm not a lover of celery. Like, I don't like the aftertaste. I would, if it's cooked or if I eat it in, chicken salads and stuff like that.
No, trust me, once it's juiced, it doesn't taste like when you cook it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see about that, Henderson. So how do we fix my problem?
We'll have to have you back on another show with Dianne after juicing celery.
I'm promising that. So how do we fix my problem, Henderson?
Yes. So here it is. I'm getting that we can offer you this golden light ball, golden liquid spring blessing treasure
I'm ready.
for you.
You don't have to say any more, Henderson. I'm ready.
All right.
Think of it as my birthday now. I'm ready.
You know, Henderson, can you explain a little bit to the people around the world who might not understand what this is? This is actually, you folks were historical today, everyone around the world. This is the very first time this is happening, and we owe this all to Henderson. So, Henderson, could you explain a little bit about it?
Yes. What is a golden light ball, golden liquid spring treasure or blessing? It is an energy coming from the universe. You can call it heart of the Tao, heart of the source, heart of the divine. From up there in a higher place that we bring down. And it comes with an intelligence. It comes with a consciousness of what it's here for. And that's why it can bring in all the other elements that's needed in my body. Once it gets into my body and it starts working, it will shine the light to clear blockages that would block our body from what is needing to be received in the body. So this golden light ball, golden liquid spring treasure has an intelligence that will help serve what is needed for you.
Wow, perfect. So, Dianne, you're excited. Everyone around the world, I know they're excited. I can feel the excitement. So,
Absolutely.
go ahead, Henderson. It's all yours.
But I'll tell you one thing. Henderson is going to be very busy. I'm pretty sure, and I hope Henderson is going to be very busy after this, because this has been something people have been looking for years and years and years and years, and they could not find a
Yes.
solution and answer. And it's huge. It's huge. And it'll reach out to us so we can reach out to Henderson at DSJ show 2020 at gmail.com. This is revolutionary. Never heard of publicly. This is the first time it's being spoken or demonstrated publicly, from my understanding, apart from in our space, Henderson. So this is where we're bringing it out to, and I've been very blessed and fortunate. Thank you both so much for this. I cannot wait, because again, it's my belief, and we have to believe in it too as well, right? Not sure about the celery juice and stuff yet. We'll figure that piece out after, but we'll see about that. But definitely, Henderson, please do go ahead.
So I invite you, Dianne, to close your eyes. Put both hands in the lower abdomen and breathe into the lower abdomen. And I invite this amazing treasure soul of healthy hair, that is the intelligence for your body, the golden light ball, golden liquid springs. Prepare. Transmission. Breathing into the lower abdomen and gently relax. Now, this authority is only through Dr. Master Shah. This authority is because of my teacher. And it's only through him that this was allowed to be transmitted. I am beyond grateful for his work, his efforts, his findings. And I am a servant, a vehicle, and channel for him. So, Dianne, did you experience anything?
Yes, I'm a little bit hotter than I was a few seconds ago. Thank you so much, by the way. Thank you. Love you.
Now, we're not done yet.
Oh, okay.
Next, you're going to have to turn on. You're going to follow me now. You're going to say, you're the treasure that I receive for healthy hair. I love you, honor you, appreciate you. It has its intelligence. Remember I said it has its intelligence. Please offer Porsche and Henderson a blessing for healthy hair. And you're going to close your eyes and just feel what is happening. And say, begin blessing. You are offering the blessing to Porsche and me. And I'm receiving it right now as well. I will give you a live reading of what my channels are showing me. There's this beautiful water-like wave frequency coming out of your head to my head and Porsche's head. It's very different. It's very beautiful. It's like crystalline drops flying over to our heads. And it has more of the bluish crystal, diamond look, shade of tones of color, shining to my head. And I feel lots of tingling in my head right now. Porsche, would you like to share what you're experiencing as the blessing is happening?
Oh, thank you so much, Henderson. I actually feel very warm, my whole body, warmer than I did before the blessing. And I'm also feeling the resonance and the flow of these frequencies, vibrations, and energies go to me. And when I first saw, when you delivered the treasure, I saw Dianne's like head, her hair, her crown of her, that crown chakra area, and all of the strands of hair, just actually extremely happy to receive this blessing and this positive message to regrow, to regenerate. And I saw all of these light frequencies like the rainbow just like radiating out. And then when we're receiving it now, I just feel the frequencies in my heart. I feel it all over my body tingling, but really up to my head and my hair itself. And I don't really have issues. I have a lot of like thick hair I was genetically blessed with, but the quality of our hair, I've noticed that sometimes when I don't take care of it or I'm busy, the ends, you have split ends or other things, and I just feel like, this beautiful shiny light. And I'm getting the message that Dianne should definitely take a picture. She doesn't have to, post it or anything, but take a picture, keep it on her cell phone, and maybe back it up on the computer like Henderson's message was. And then we're going to see, in the next few weeks, in the next few months, and, I'll try to work on her with the celery juice to be happy about that one. But the other things, to try, the iodine and the B12 and the chia seeds and everything. So thank you, Henderson. Thank you.
So now that we come up to a minute or so, more than a minute, Dianne, this is what you're going to say. How? Thank you. And please rest the treasure. It has its intelligence, and it will start bringing into your life things. So how can you use this treasure? You can offer blessings to your family members without asking them. You can just silently do it too. You don't have to tell them. Or some of your good friends, if you say, oh, your hair is thinning, would you like to receive a blessing from me? You don't have to tell them you receive a blessing, treasure for it. You just ask them if they would like to receive a blessing. If they said, yes, I would love to receive a prayer or a blessing, you could use any other terms. And you could then offer them blessings. That would activate the treasure. What I've learned is that activating the treasure is also our gratitude and showing appreciation to the treasure that has come into our physical body and joined with our body. And that truly is the secret. That's what I've learned.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I definitely want to reiterate what Henderson just said. First, the gratitude to heaven for this amazing breakthrough, innovative, and we told you we were going to do that. When Dianne and I started this show, we said we were going to bring through innovators, global innovators, breakthrough, science and, amazing magic, because a lot of people don't know what's out there. This is definitely one of the possibilities that may work for a lot of people out there. And I would just say open your heart and soul to the possibilities of transformation. And I've seen the pictures that Henderson posted, and we will post it. We posted it this morning on our Facebook pages, and by next week, we'll have the Divine Soul Journey show on Facebook, and people can see and connect with Henderson and see his pictures and see what we were talking about. We'll also have our promotional, Zoom to Facebook Lives, all there, all the recordings, so that people can really watch them at your own pace and really see for yourself the possibilities. So, Dianne?
Oh my goodness. Oh, first of all, Henderson, thank you so much. Thank you. Love you. I'm sweating. I have a sweater on. It was a little warm. It got really hot. And of course, I could feel a bit pressure in my hair, and a few when I was given the blessing, then I felt a little bit of tingling in my head. So first of all, let me just make sure I understand this. You've given us this transmission where we can now go and serve others, correct? Just like the Dow hands, is that correct? This is just not a blessing. This is a transmission. So I want to make sure I understand it.
Yeah, you're very blessed, Dianne, honestly. Because I said it's never happened before on the show. So thank you, Henderson.
Yes, we never had transmissions. We always had blessings and demos. So, and it's not something, I believe it's out there to a lot of people that you've actually transferred this to Porsche and myself. So we're eternally grateful for this and we can turn it on with all our treasures every day to work within ourselves as well. I can't begin to tell you I'm still hot. I'm still trying to get over. My body's still going through this.
Definitely. The thing is, Dianne received it, and so it's treasure, and I just experienced it in Henderson. She gave us a blessing. So this is going to be incredible. She can give herself a blessing, and like Henderson said, other people in her lives, and she mentioned many friends. So definitely you want to contact Henderson. Her friends, of course, but Henderson.
Absolutely.
For sure.
We will have some conversation to understand a bit more with this. So does it work exactly like the Dow hands in regards to like family members? We have to get permission, no permission for family members like siblings or children and so forth. Does it work the same way, or we have to get permission from everyone?
It's the same way.
It's the same way. Well, thank you. Why don't we now also explain, we always talk about a little bit of flash in regards to, so people who are on this show as well right now who will be hearing this, they also got some flash, correct?
Yes, everyone who is now part of this show has what we call a quantum entanglement, a splash of light. Once you have seen the light, then you have seen it, you have felt it.
That's amazing. And that means everybody has been blessed. And we want to bring value to everyone in regards to, this is not the normal. I always say to people, this is not a normal show. It's not the typical spiritual show, inspirational show, empowerment show. We bring our the tool belts. You got a huge tool belt, Henderson. And, we always talk about Porsche, and we talk about, the calligraphies. We didn't even get a chance to talk about the calligraphy. I cannot wait to get the calligraphy in here. So when we're doing this, Porsche, activates her Tao Chang. I have my cards, but I can't wait. So Henderson, hint, in regards of that, so we can serve more. We so need blessings in here, Henderson. I am telling you, it's unbelievable. But it's one baby step at a time. I know. Porsche is going to talk to you about that and see how we can, when we talk to our audience and activate this, so we can get this going much faster, and so much for us to do. with your help and everybody else and all the master teachers. We have had some incredible teachers come on board so far with the show. I think you're the one that giving me the most hot flashes here right now, Henderson. I'm beyond that, right? I'm beyond that.
It's a different kind of hot flash.
It's
It's a spiritual hot flash. It's a good kind.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's the good kind. Not the hormonal kind. Yeah.
Yeah, been there, done that. That's what it is. But a lot of fun and joke. I don't want to take people away from the next part of what we're going to be doing. So Henderson, I want to say personally, thank you so much. But if you can just, your words of wisdom as we're just wrapping up here, and then Porsche, you as well after, and then I'll just close in the show. While I kind of calm myself down here. So.
All I know is that the universe is a marvelous place, and it will bring us what we do need. All we have to be is grateful. And those are what I can say.
So there's not much to add to that. That kind of encompasses everything. But if I would, in my humble experience, to know that these services, these offerings, these blessings, these treasures actually exist. It's why I actually quit my job years ago, because I knew, I have a master's degree in public health. I have a bachelor's degree in commercial health promotion. I knew all of the book wisdom. I knew experience. I taught classes for years and was a fitness director. But once I found out about Dr. Master Shah, what he was offering, what he was teaching, and it's not knowledge, it's wisdom, like we spoke about in this session. And if you allow your heart to be open and your mind to open to the possibilities, it's truly like Henderson said, there's endless possibilities within you and outside of you, and you just need to connect to them, to connect to the love. And your life too can be even greater than what it is now. And this is the purpose of this show, to bring you some of the greatness, breakthrough, innovative techniques and practices that the world hasn't seen yet. So thank you.
Wow. I don't know how to end this one. I'm still...
Dianne's still coming back.
I'm still coming back. Well, it's a transmission. It was a blessing. It's huge, right?
I know. It's powerful.
I have to say thank you so much, Henderson. I didn't know it was going to be a transmission, but I know the divine, summoned you and us for a reason and a purpose. And I know this has been a problem, and this really and truly was one of my, something. My head is still pounding, but this was something was really, every day it would disturb me. And why, I have so much to do, and then you have to think about this, just like putting on makeup and so forth, which, I'm not too disciplined in. But the fact that we can have conversations now, and something I didn't expect, is like every time we get a treasure, on this particular case, transmission. This is my second official transmission, to be honest with you. So it's a little different than all the blessings that we get, that we can take this forward and carry it forward. But believe me, we'll always turn it back to the master, you, because you hold that space for people who really need it. We'll do our best, whatever we can do. And I can't thank you enough for giving us today. And I know this will not be the last time you'll be on this show, definitely. I love your storytelling. I love when you do the teaching the calligraphy. You're so detailed because of the graphic artists and me trying to figure this out. I have my maths and everything too. It's not, but you do it with such grace. And of course you do the Tai Chi, and you're just such a graceful person. And I'm so happy to have gotten to speak to you one-on-one and have to spend this time with you. Porsche knows that. And I can't thank Porsche enough for everybody she's bringing on this, because it's so much we cannot put a price or value on what we're doing and offering here. There's no amount of dollars in this world could quantify what it is we're doing here. Eventually, if nobody understands it, at least Porsche and I get a lot from it. But I know there's a lot of people out there who, so I will promise you, and I know Porsche, I speak for Porsche, we will do our absolute best to take this as far as the divine wants us, God in this case, or whoever your divine is, but to take it as where we need to take it. And I'm hoping that eventually you will have your own show on with us as well, so you can share a lot of your wisdom too. So I want to say thank you both so much, Henderson. I hope that you'll be back very, very soon with more stories. And yes, Portia, I will take a picture out as best as I can take pictures. I'm not good at selfies to show. And, I feel a lot more confident now in regards to moving forward with that. I really do. Ignore that. That's just a timer telling me, where time is up, and that's okay. But the fact is, I can't thank you enough so much for doing this for us. I didn't expect it, but on this show, we can expect anything. So thank you again. Love you, Henderson. Thank you, thank you, thank you, both of you. Blessings to both of you, and for all our audience out there. I don't want you to listen to the show and just listen to the shows because you want to listen to the show. I want you to listen to the show and be open-minded and pay attention to when we say try certain things with us. Do it. Be open-minded because you never know what that flash is going to do. That's how I ended up with Portia. I got a flash from one of her blessings that was given to her. And it's exactly what she did. She was giving that blessing back to us. And that's how I connected with Portia when it happened, and my whole body was just resonating, and that's how, and here we are right now. So the divine put us together to take this show forward to help people who need help. I needed help. There's no question about it. So I want to say to everyone, thank you so much for being with us all the time. We have our followers, and I know it's growing, and I know it's going to go to a point there whereby, we would be so crazy that Porsche and I would just be dedicated to this 24/7 in a sense, the rate we're going. So to each and every one of you out there, and of course the Master Shah, there's no question about that, and all the teachers and everyone, and thank you, Francisco, for sharing this with Henderson. I want to thank you, each and every one. And on that note, I want to say, how? Aloha, Namaste, Sitaram, Assalamu Alaikum, Shalom, greetings. And I bid you all an amazing day. And until next time on the Divine Soul Journey, we have some more goodies for you and some more surprises and some more wisdoms and teaching. And I can't wait to share the results with you all. And I am eternally grateful, of gratitude. We love you, we honor you, we appreciate you, and I can't thank you enough. And this is Dianne and Portia and Henderson on the Divine Soul Journey. Until next time, in the words of Master Shah, love, peace, and harmony. Thank you.